Hello dear listener, TW here. Join me as I traverse 100 years of horror cinema, one flick at a time. One of the most famous films of all time, a giant of cinema and visual special effects. The original 1933's King Kong. Beauty and the Beast is used as a theme. The power of women over men, and the warning to men is ever present and bashed into the audience as the nuisance woman begins her adventure. Wray does well, few others do at the start. The plot gets moving quickly, the ship is on its way in 15 minutes. On the ship there is static camera work, at the island the visual effects kick in and would have been spectacular in the day and are passable presently. The crew go ashore, meet the natives but withdraw. Anne is taken at night and the men go in to save her. Finally, at the 45-minute mark, the star emerges. Sets and costumes are well constructed, and the set piece of Kong's arrival and the retreat off the island are stunning. The visuals are, of course, not cutting edge anymore, but there is simply nothing to compare. A special effects horror picture that would hold up visually for decades did not exist and has arguably not been repeated since. Why did this movie exist to start with? Some context then. Dinosaurs had only entered the public consciousness in the previous century. They had captured the imagination of many, especially Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who wrote The Lost World in 1912. And a silent version with stop-motion spectacle emerged in 1925. Therefore, Kong was not entirely unique. However, the genre was in its infancy and subsequently redefined by this film. The characters are, to put it lightly, underwritten. The love between our two leads is forced, although no more than any other I just met you but let's get married romances of the era. The men are fodder, minimal characterization. Few human characters carry much agency, but that is hardly the point of this picture. The visual effects are what draw the audience's attention. At worst, they are crummy dolls being thrown around. At their best, they are layers of techniques that dazzle the eye and boggle the mind nearly 100 years later. The pace is breakneck. Unlike later versions that were at times self-indulgent to the extreme, the entire New York sequence only lasts 20 minutes as a succinct Act 3 finale. While not cutting edge by a long way anymore, and the horror has lost much of its impact, this film is a wonderful romp for the young and young at heart. Enjoy!